I am going to do a few updates to the production server, and the updates will be based on these notes. These notes are based on the updates that I've done to my development environment. What I have at the top here has already been done. It was done when I was on the phone with Liquid Web support. This extra repository was added, and this repository, I don't have a public key for it, so it always will give me an error when I'm installing packages that come from that repository. However, I should be fine because this was from a trusted source, which is DigitalOcean. On the server, PHP 7.0 package was installed and Apache was restarted. Side note, I just SSH'd into the production server, and there's a note here that says new release 16.0, run the do release upgrade. However, I don't want to do that because it's going to change everything I'm doing right now. However, it does say 43 packages can be updated. Apt will be upgraded, so I'll say yes. So that was the upgrade. Now back to our main task, which was working on this list that I have. Now we're down here. PHP 7 configuration files are located in etc PHP 7.0. CD. We're in that directory. Let's just do ls. It has Apache 2 CLI mods available. Let's try ll. Pretty much the same thing. All right, let's take a look at what's in mods available. Mods available. LL. I do notice that there is one called PDO, and that relates to MySQL connections using PDO. However, after we do this part, which is install PHP 7.0 MySQL package, it should add these three. And I think it's going to add them over here in mods available for PHP 7.0. Okay, so let's try that and see what happens. I'm going to issue this command here. And then list the files again. Do we have those three files? Yep. So this section here did what I expected. Here we ask ourselves, is Apache extension PHP 7 installed? In other words, if we run PHP info, are we going to see PHP 5 or PHP 7? We're going to answer that question later. Okay, but what we could do is PHP-V to find out which CLI is running. PHP-V. At least the CLI version of PHP is 7. So is Apache extension PHP 7 installed? Well, in order to install Apache extension PHP 7.0, I would have to do a2 nmod PHP 7 and this mod 5 and restart. Well, let's check the configuration for Apache to see which mods have been enabled. As you can see here, this is the mods available, and you can see that PHP 7 and PHP 5, they're both here. But which is it, 5 or 7 that's enabled? So let's go to mods enabled. Enabled. You can see PHP 5 is the one that's enabled. Okay, let's go backward. The name, there's a PHP 5 load, PHP 5 conf. Are those the two extensions? PHP 5 conf and PHP 5 load. Okay, yep. So those ones, they have the symlinks for them there. So 5 is the one that's enabled. So let's change that. I'm gonna do these 3 lines. Okay, disable PHP 5, enable PHP 7, and then restart Apache. Restarting web server, OK. All right, now let's take a look in there. We are in mods available. So let's go to, all right, hit enter. We should see one for PHP 7. Yep. So it looks like PHP 7 is the loaded module for Apache right now. Okay, now what else do we need to do here? Let me run this one just to get it out of the way. It'll basically tell us whether or not the config file for Apache has correct syntax, and it does. Okay, we also need to install mbstring and mcrypt. I'll do those real quick. So in mods available, it created mbstring ini. Okay, so that was taken care of. Let's restart Apache just because it says so. Okay, that's been done. Okay, let's install mcrypt. First, let's do an update. All right, the update is done. Install mcrypt. You know, mcrypt may be already installed. What does it say here? 2 newly installed, 0 to remove, and 5 now. Okay. All right, go ahead and install it. So mcrypt is installed. Now let's install the module for mcrypt. It did install it without asking me. It put in mods available. Okay. And let's do apt-get upgrade. I don't know why that's necessary, but let's do it. Apparently it's necessary because in the time that we were doing this, some upgrades may have come up. And it helps us know what needs to be cleaned up. Like these ones are installed but no longer required. The following package have been kept back. Okay, let's do apt-get auto remove. There we go. 6 to be removed and 5 not. Okay. All right, let me clear the screen. Let's do upgrade again and see what messages we get. The following packages have been kept back. And 5 not upgraded. All right, let me try to fix that. The solution that they give on the web, and here it is on the left, is do apt-get dist upgrade. And I did that, and apparently it installed some Linux headers and whatever. It did 5 upgrades, 6 newly installed. I don't know where all this stuff comes from. But now we're updated, and just to be safe, I'm gonna reboot the system. All right, there's no need to watch the reboot. All right, so basically we did everything on this page, and okay, this is the end. I'm not gonna put a photo at the end, so just click pause or stop.